Just making sure we are in fact live. Just making sure. Just give me a moment. Yep, seems to be working. Yeah, there we have it. We're live. All right, let's get the party started. Okay, so I'm multitasking as we speak. I'm having to deal with all this other stuff at once. So let's keep things simple. Let's just get all that in there. I attended a Nesscon at Inverness yesterday. So I'm just going to have to... Okay, that's all that's going on, right? Okay, I will get more with you. I just need to, let's see, 4K. Okay, that's quite a lot. Keep it to Samsung 1080p. People like 1080p. Should I make it 4K or 1080p? So much for multitasking, girl. Keep it simple. People are grateful for 1080p as is. 4K is like a cherry on top by comparison. Okay. Full uneditedness on video. Yeah. Okay, so that's all going on. Very good. Someone will come in here sooner or later. There's a lot of interesting stuff happening as of late. We've got all kinds of findings here, so which I still need to, tidy up about. All right, but there's the main bulk of stuff I got. All right, are people going to bother joining in, or will they leave me hanging? Right. Right. Just preparing a few things because I did something that I pretty much never do. I got myself newspapers because there's some articles here that caught my attention, namely how anime is once again dominating the culture and the attention that Scotland has been getting for all the action for upcoming films. All right, we've got someone in. Welcome to the stream. Showing off the kinds of things that I never get for myself. Newspapers. I never bother with newspapers. I've got far more important things to do than to just plonk myself down and just read about the catastrophes of the world. Like that, it's a waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time. I've got so many better things to do, like focusing on the project for this channel, focusing on helping out other people, and cleaning up the house. Like, there's so many constructive things to do. Like, who has time to just sit down and just read the newspapers? But there have been exceptions. I noticed this article about anime and stuff going on about superheroes. So let's get started. Let's start off with talking about the anime culture. This is on page 38 of this particular newspaper. I never do this kind of thing, by the way, but so this will be a thing. Now, there must be some of you older people who are thinking, "Oh, Callum's finally reading the newspaper. You're finally keeping up with the news, you out-of-touch hog." To that, I say, again, I've got far more important things to focus on. This is a rarity. There's more to life than just sitting down and reading the news when you can just focus on what actually matters. Besides, the news is constantly fixated on trying to wear down your mental health, constantly trying to make you angry, tribalized, depressed. Like, what's the point? Anyway, let's get to the actual good stuff. All right, this article here says, anime makes its move into mainstream. Now, there's a good side and a bad side to this. Like, on the one side, anime is, in a one sense, is finally validated as a cool thing, whereas in the past, it was some kind of very niche kind of interest that people thought was a bit too weird and obsolete. But if you actually pay attention, anime has the most profound kind of art you could possibly ever see, with the likes of Naoki Urasawa's Monster, Cowboy Bebop, Violet Evergarden, just to name a few. Oh yeah, and all the Studio Ghibli movies as well. So allow me to read to you this entire article on this newspaper about anime. It says, and I quote, wait, actually, I should probably credit whoever wrote this. Let's see. Anime makes its move into mainstream. The Japanese cartoons were often derided and branded weird, as I just said, but now they are everywhere. Ed Power presents his top 7 shows for newcomers. All right, so Ed Power's one writing this, right? And the article says, what's been the biggest cultural phenomenon of the past decade? The return of Oasis? The summer of Barbenheimer? That was just a fad that came and gone. Anyway. Claudia Winkleman swooshing around the Traitors Castle. Oh yeah, the Traitors. That's quite the game show. That happens to be located in Scotland, but people come down from England for that kind of thing. Anyway, nope. It's the meteoric rise of anime. Yeah, that's been the consistent state in the culture. Yeah, as I've been raising awareness of on this channel for some time. Yeah. You may not have noticed, but the fast-paced, action-heavy, and sometimes violent cartoons from Japan have become a global powerhouse. Popular shows, well, I mean, not all of them are inherently violent. There's a lot of slice-of-life stuff as well, like Clannad and other stuff that's going to make you cry. Popular shows such as Demon Slayer, Spy X Family, and Assassination Classroom command huge international followings, while beloved series One Piece, about a crew of pirates seeking a mythical treasure, has grossed an estimated $20 billion across its 28-year lifespan, making it more valuable than the Lord of the Rings, James Bond, or Transformers franchises? Wow, that is dedication right there. The popularity of anime and its comic book cousin, manga, is only accelerating. According to Netflix, 50% of its 300 million subscribers watches the cartoons. Yeah, I mean, no surprise. I mean, especially when you have to take into consideration the exclusive shows like Pluto and the Violet Evergarden, which have been highly acclaimed. A recent study by US streaming research firm Parrot Analytics revealed, for its part, that US demand for Japanese animation grew 176% from 2019 to 2024. Wow, all throughout the pandemic years. Something good can come up from the pandemic years. Let's see. Where I've lost my place. Oh, yes, here we go. Another survey carried out on behalf of anime streamer Crunchyroll found that across 7 markets, including the UK, 45% of respondents identified as anime fans. The popularity of anime is bleeding out into the real world too. In October 2024, virtual anime pop star Hatsune Miku, who's going to be in Sonic Racing Crossworlds, by the way, filled the 12,500 capacity Wembley Arena in London, where punters queued to pay £35 for Miku-branded glow sticks, batteries extra, and bopped along to a hologram of the blue-haired singer. Wow. Absolute wow. No wonder she's making a guest appearance at Sonic Racing Crossworlds, given that recent global phenomenon. Wow. Absolute wow. Let's see. Oh yeah, sorry, just I forgot to do one other thing. One more thing. It's making sure. In case anyone's interested. Right. Okay, so sorry, just throwing out a few things. All right, I'm going to carry on reading this thing about anime. So let's see. Last year, sales of manga titles in the UK reached a record of £80 million against a backdrop of a slight overall dip in book demand. Yeah, this was covered by other people that in recent years, manga books have been selling much more successfully than American comic books. mainly because American comic books got infested with the woke agenda, whereas Japanese manga are rooted deeply into the honor-based traditions of storytelling, where the Japanese actually have this reverence, if you will, for traditional values like men and women as complementary equals rather than hostile and tribalism, and as well as beating down on men. Yeah, and it's the fact, and also the fact that Japan has a lot of universal appeal in their storytelling, especially with Studio Ghibli. I mean, obviously, there are some problems with some of the Japanese anime out there, like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just nuts, and there's a lot of inconsistencies, and other stuff like Code Geass and other things like that gets really carried away with lustful depictions of younger people, which I find morally concerning. But at the same time, when Japanese storytelling works, it works tremendously well. I mean, you got like some of my favorite stories of all time happen to be of the manga and anime category, as it were, if for lack of a better term. Naoki Urasawa's Monster, I can honestly say, is on par with Fyodor Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment. I can easily say that. Violet Evergarden brought me to tears. Cowboy Bebop, profound existential storytelling. Princess Mononoke, just an absolutely brilliant delve into trying to find peace on both sides. It's honestly, when they do storytelling right, it's some of the best storytelling you're ever going to hear. Trust me. Anyway, moving on. It says here, let's see. One factor driving the growth of the genre is streaming, with services such as Netflix investing heavily in anime. Such enthusiasm is no surprise, given that anime accounts for 6.8% of Netflix's viewing figures, according to the streamer. That upsurge is also reflected in the rise of specialist anime streaming services such as Crunchyroll, which has tripled its subscriber base since 2021 to 17 million paid users. It also offers a free tier. The rise of online streaming services like Netflix that are hungry for a broad range of content, as well as more specific services such as Crunchyroll, have opened the gate for audiences to broaden their tastes and interest and experiment in watching genres that wouldn't have been readily available to them without explicitly choosing to seek it out in the past, says Andy Hanley, UK marketing manager of anime distribution company Anime Limited. Okay, anime distribution. Well, I mean, here's the thing about anime. Anime is not really a genre. It's a medium. I'm surprised to hear that from someone who delves into anime distribution. I'm sure these people would know better because, I mean, here's the thing. And this is a common stigma for people. Look, animation is not just for children, right? It can be literally for anyone. Animation is literally anything you can imagine it to be. There's animation made for adults only. There's animation that can appeal to a broad range of families. There's animation made for older children to handle. And there's different genres. And especially when you compare anime to what the West has to offer, it's like night and day. I mean, with anime, there's a whole broader range of options. There's adventure, there's slice of life, there's romance, there's horror, there's thriller, there's sci-fi, there's fantasy. The West is somewhat limited by comparison, but you get the idea. I'm surprised to hear an anime distributor say that. That seems really surprising. You can see that trend very clearly in the success of shows such as Squid Game on Netflix, or the boom in interest in K-drama, neither of which have gained traction in the era for linear TV channels and VHS rentals. The same is true of anime. All right. The sheer breadth of anime available has also contributed to its popularity. There is far more anime available now than back in the 90s. There are over 1,200 titles on DVD and Blu-ray available to purchase in just the UK alone, says Matt from Blog and Retail Anime Online. That's immense. Video games based on anime titles, or that take an anime style approach, have also increased significantly, which gets people interested because of the expressive appeal of it, you see. Even older shows like Pokemon and Dragon Ball are still going strong with a continued fan base. It helps that the series are also ongoing. Then there is the associated boom in interest in Japanese culture more generally, notes Hanley. Back in the 1990s, when Akira was the vanguard of Japanese animation, of the filming phenomenon of that case, so much so that Hollywood keeps repeating the bike slide from that movie. Let's see. Japanese culture as a whole was looked upon and often looked down on with curious wonder for its almost otherworldly weirdness. Now we have a generation of filmmakers and content creators who grew up with anime, including myself, and are steeped in its culture and aesthetic to the point where it's now bled into the mainstream. There you go. Anime also has a growing celebrity fan base. Rapper Megan Thee Stallion is developing an anime show for Prime Video. Oh, is he? Wait. Megan. Oh, sorry. 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 My bad. Keanu Reeves is the co-author of a manga-inspired comic book, Berserker, which he hopes to turn into a movie. It makes sense given his status with John Wick. Also, fun fact: Keanu Reeves is a big fan of Cowboy Bebop, and John Wick Chapter 4 is the closest Keanu Reeves is ever going to get to portraying Spike Spiegel on screen. Also, just need to double check on something. Yeah, she, sorry. Megan Thee Stallion. Sorry, my bad. Let's see. Director Michael B. Jordan has revealed that a key face-off in his boxing movie Creed 3 was inspired by a fight scene in anime show Naruto. I watch anime every day. Oh, wow, that's dedication. It's like these images are burned into your head. Jordan told Polygon in 2023 that passion filtered directly into Creed 3, he continued. Part of anime's appeal is that it is action-packed, with few of the syrupy qualities associated with cartoons produced by Disney or Pixar. There are no life lessons, just frenetic twists and turns and often lashings of gore. According to Michael B. Jordan, that there are life lessons to learn in anime. You just got to pay attention. Demon Slayer, one of the most popular shows on Netflix, tells the dark and thrilling story of the heroic Tanjiro who must protect his sister Nezuko after she is transformed into a destructive demon. I mean, in that show, they're more like vampires, but, it's still demonic in essence. Yeah, and a curse they need to get rid of. It's full of brutal set pieces and monsters, bloody and scary. Anime carries a hint of the forbidden, not something anyone has ever said about Toy Story. Japanese studios and publishers, for their part, are completely aware of their global audience and have tailored their work to appeal to an international following. It shouldn't be forgotten that anime is big business for Japanese publishers who are keen to make the most of this increased interest. And there's a growing understanding that anime is now a global business, says Hanley. So we can agree that anime has conquered the world, but for those who can't tell their Demon Slayer from their One Piece, really, there is the tricky question of where to start. Here are 7 suggestions for anime newcomers. Okay, I'm looking at some of these, and well, obviously, different age ratings will have to keep in mind, but I'm gonna have to give my own recommendations of anime for beginners. Anyway, these are anime TV shows that this article is recommending. So, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Anyway, this hugely influential 1990s anime has inspired everything from Guillermo del Toro's Pacific Rim to Jordan Peele's Nope. Yes. Set in a near future. I've seen Nope, actually. Set in near-future Tokyo, it chronicles a war between strange alien angels, surreal Lovecraftian monsters that descend from the heavens, and giant EVA robots piloted by physically gifted teenagers. Our hero is Shinji, the son of the aloof leader of the EVA program, and across its 26 episodes, the show doubles as a gripping coming-of-age story. Something to know is that they lost their budget by the last episode, that they had these abstract drawings to showcase the characters' feelings at that point, and they had to redo the ending via a full movie called The End of Evangelion. So keep that in mind. There's also been a remake of the whole series via the trilogy of Genesis Evangelion was like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. I think it was once upon something. Anyway, Junto Ito. Seriously? The animated adaptation of the Junto Ito movie stories. The ones that people unanimously say the manga is superior to the adaptation because the animation for Junto Ito was so cheap and didn't live up to the actual manga. Seriously? Really? At the extreme end of the anime spectrum, it's horror writer Junto Ito, whose work is characterized by dark imagery. Funnily enough, I heard that Junto Ito is actually a pretty nice guy. Those images come into the screen of bizarre enough to have something that's like anthology. Okay, really? You're recommending that adaptation? People hate that adaptation. The manga is so superior. If you really want to justify it, the animation needs to be top quality to justify the horror that Junto Ito portrays uncomfortably in his manga series. Assassination Classroom. Anime goes to high school in this cult show about students at an academy for professional killers. Their big end of year assignment is to eliminate their teacher, a wisecracking tentacle teacher named Korosen Se. Succeed, and they will go on to a rewarding career as hitmen, and women fail and the world will end. Spy X Family. Fail and the world will end. Wow, okay. Spy X Family. Mixing comedy and action. Spy X Family is a rare anime that takes place outside Japan. Another one being Vinland Saga. Instead, the setting is a heightened version of mid-20th century Europe, loosely based in West and East Germany. It stars a spy named Lloyd Forger, who must create a fake family to pull off his mission, only to discover that his adopted daughter has telepathic powers. Right. One Piece, set in the swashbuckling... Oh, it's on iPlayer. All right. Set in the swashbuckling high seas, One Piece tells the story of Monkey D. Luffy, a young man who sets out to find a legendary treasure, One Piece, which he hopes will make him the next Pirate King. A live-action Netflix adaptation has proved a huge hit as well. I said as well, but the article says too, but you get the idea. Attack on Titan. This nightmarish series is set in a universe where humans live in walled cities, hiding from giant titans who destroy everything in their path. The hero, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, is Eren Yeager, who joins the elite Survey Corps Special Ops unit after his mother is eaten by a titan, and devotes himself to solving the mystery of where the titans came from and how to defeat them. Ooh. Yeah, about that. About Eren being the hero who finds out how to defeat them. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh man. Tokyo Ghoul. Another big hit on Netflix. Tokyo Ghoul is set in a slipstream version of the Japanese capital, where humans coexist with undead ghouls that feed on human flesh. The story begins when naive student Ken Kaneki, anyway, goes on a date only for his love interest to be revealed to be a ghoul. When she attacks him, he becomes a half-ghoul, forced to navigate both the human and ghoul worlds. It's pretty disturbing stuff. And that ends the article. It's pretty insightful. Probably a few things that needed correcting there, but yeah, glad to see that anime is taking a hold. Although there is a risk that people can have this superficial understanding of the mainstream appeal of anime leading to some very lackluster results. I fear, but good to know that it's people who actually care about anime are taking influence for it to tell superior stories. I suppose in that regard, I should mention that. Oh, good grief! That's another reason not to buy newspapers. It gets all smudgy. Good grief. So what was I mentioning? I've lost my train of thought. Oh yes, 7 anime to recommend. Okay, here's 7 anime that I would recommend. I would recommend these 7 anime. I mean, I would recommend the Studio Ghibli movies mainly, but if I were to introduce people to anime, based on my own personal experience, as well as my knowledge on what other people would recommend, let's see if I can make some suggestions that are probably can better ease people into and better showcase what anime has to offer. I would probably leave in Neon Genesis Evangelion, perhaps, as well as Attack on Titan. I'd probably leave that in there, just to showcase what it has to offer. TV shows. I would definitely recommend Cowboy Bebop. I would absolutely put Cowboy Bebop in there because that's a series that's only 26 episodes, not very long, and yet tells a profound story within that narrative. Yeah. Let's see. What to recommend to people? Let me think about that. I mean, I could just go for my personal favorite anime. I'm trying to think specifically of what anime would be good for beginners to get into. Let's see. Let's think about this. The ones that would have a broad appeal but could help people get eased into anime. Let me think. I suppose there's My Hero Academia. Let's see. Okay, what would I recommend? Probably Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, Cowboy Bebop, Violet Evergarden, Monster, Attack on Titan, and perhaps Hibine Renmei? Yeah, I'd say that's probably a good mix. No, I'm not going to dwell on it any further. Let's move on to the next topic. The fact that as we speak, Spider-Man Brand New Day is being filmed in Glasgow. Streets in Glasgow are being closed down just purely to film those scenes. Although they'd have to hire some extras or something like that for the scenes to work, right? I mean, welcome to Scotland, Tom and Zendaya. Well, you're most welcome. Man, it's going to be great to see some action scenes in Glasgow. That'd be sweet to see, given that the movie's good, and it's interesting to see that Glasgow has been getting a lot of filmmaking prowess. Glasgow was used for filming for World War Z, as well as for the Matt Reeves Batman movie, which I really liked. As in the Batman movie, I haven't seen World War Z. I've actually visited the necropolis where the last scene of the Matt Reeves Batman movie was filmed. I can actually go there and point out, this is the part where Batman and Catwoman were riding up on the motorcycles. I was actually there. I was actually there to see it all. Not the filming, but the set. So yes, let's see. This article is by Graham Grant from Home Affairs editor. Square-eyed Scots, we watch more telly than anywhere in Scotland. So this article is sorted by comparison. Let's read. Also, one thing, there's this photo here of star quality newly engaged couple, Tom Holland and Zendaya. My congratulations, but Zendaya, what are you doing to yourself? What kind of dress is this? Look, I get that the dress is cleverly colored to match the color of your skin, but still, what is this? You're out in the public and you're deciding to dress like that? Look, I know there's this whole thing about bodily confidence. I know, but isn't that a bit too much on the risque side of things? That seems kind of ridiculous. That seems pretty ridiculous. Anyway, let's read the article. Scotland is a nation of television addicts. Fun fact, Scotland actually invented the television. With viewers watching more broadcast TV than anything else anywhere else in the UK, a report by regulator Ofcom said Scots spend an average of blah 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 blah. I'm actually going to skip most of this. Blah 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 blah. Get the. Oh, sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. Sorry, my bad. The actual article I wanted to read was Glasgow gets in swing for Spider-Man shoot by Elizabeth Hunter. My mistake, right? It looks more like a scene from the Big Apple than the Clydeside, but Glasgow streets have been turned into a New York City. But Glasgow streets have been turned into New York City for the. What? What? Wait. Hang on, wait. They went to Glasgow to film scenes set in New York. What? 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 But Glasgow streets have been turned into New York City for the shooting of Hollywood blockbuster Spider-Man 4: A Brand New Day. Filming starts today. It's dated Thursday, July 31st, 2025. So it was the last day of July that was made. Bothwell Street has been specifically decorated with American flags, traffic control boxes, and signs advertising apartments for rent. Vehicles set to feature in the movie have been parked near the Clyde, including an open-top Manhattan tour bus and a Secret Service-style Cadillac. This movie is one of the many in recent years, including Running Man and The Batman. Yeah, that's a point to shoot in Glasgow thanks to distinctive architecture and tax breaks for production. Stars and Stripes, American flags flutter in Bothwell Street. I did not have a close read of this. What? Wait, hang on. They're going out of their way to make Glasgow look like New York. They're going to all this expense to, get vehicles and stuff like that, to customize Glasgow to make it look like New York. Okay, so why not film in, New York? It would save you the budget of going overseas to customize a different country to look like New York. You have New York. You can film in New York. New York has so many films about New York. Look, even if you wanted like a different aesthetic, like why not just customize already existing streets to make it look like the kind of buildings you want them to make? I mean, I know Glasgow's got a distinctive look to it. Maybe you want some kind of more Gothic region of New York. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I mean, when the Batman was being filmed, it was filmed across like in Glasgow and in other cities in America to give a distinguished mix of American as well as a Gothic hybrid. And Glasgow does have a Gothic look to it. But I'm sorry, they're going to Hollywood is going to Glasgow to make Glasgow look like New York. Oh, what? Why not just film in New York and customize already existing buildings to look like the Gothic look of Glasgow? What? Is it just for the convenience of Tom Holland and Zendaya being in Scotland to also film for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey? Is that the reason? Okay, I mean, I guess that makes sense, but other than that, why? Why are you going out of your way to make Glasgow look like New York when you could just film in New York? Is it purely just for the convenience of also filming for The Odyssey? Is that it? That's quite bizarre. That is so bizarre. I guess that's a mystery we'll have to figure out some other time. Moving on. I went to Nesscon, and yes, I dressed up as Spike Spiegel. In fact, just give me a moment while I go out of my way to get this amazing photo up. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Okay, share the screen. Share screen. There you go. So the reason I've shaved lately was for my Spike Spiegel outfit. So there's me with Lewis as Max Payne and another friend, Alex, as Ed from Cowboy Bebop by the DeLorean. So there you go. That's what's been happening. Finally. Hello, Double A. Welcome. So just to catch up to things, I was reading an article about, I never buy newspapers, by the way. It's just that these caught my interest. Anime's been catching on to the mainstream. There's still a few misunderstandings about the artistic potential of anime, but still, I mean, it's getting attention from a new generation who wants to give it a try. And meanwhile, yes, as you pointed out, Double A, Spider-Man Brand New Day is being filmed in Scotland. I mean, I already knew that, but it's being filmed Double A. It says in this article, Double A, that they're going out of their way to make Glaswegian streets look like New York. And I just thought to myself, why not just film in New York if you're going to that extent? Check my previous one. Right, yeah, you've obviously been keeping in touch with me. Just give me a moment. Hang on. Oh yeah, yes. There was something else I wanted to mention. Yes. More yet. Oh man, I should have customized right. Something else I just remembered. Thank you, Double A, for pointing out to me that Balamori is coming back. Balamori! Ah man, does anyone remember the Balamori show? Balamori. Well, what's the story in Balamori? Wouldn't you like to know? Yes. Man, I've got so many fond memories of Balamori. Our previous chat in this live stream chat. Previous message in this live stream chat. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is literally the. Oh wait. Oh, maybe YouTube's doing that funny thing where you try to type a message but it doesn't show up. Sorry, you might want to type it again if that's the case. But anyway, I might as well keep mentioning Balamori while it's on my mind. Yeah, Balamori's coming back. So basically, it's official. There she is, the actual host of Balamori. This was a children's show that set in the actual town of Balamori, and it was full of these wonderfully colorful characters in this wonderfully colorful town, and they all had these distinct personalities like PC Plum, Josie Jump, Archie the Inventor, the painter guy, the people at the nursery, the main host. It was such a charming Scottish show and fun children's show. What was not to love about it? And now they're bringing it back. Yes, life is good. Oh yes. It seems that Double A was a few steps ahead of me with. It seems that. STV News already pointed out that Spider-Man 4 filming transformed Glasgow into New York City. Oh, right. So he already said it to me. That I might as well listen to the STV News thing on it. Glasgow filming for the Marvel movie will take place in the city from to August, right? to August 15th. I mean, it's kind of baffling as to how they're doing that. Like, I mean, like I said before, like, if you wanted to film it for scenes in New York City, why not just go to New York City? I think the only reason I can think of why they go out of their way to make Glasgow look like New York City is purely for the convenience of Tom Holland and Zendaya being able to reach Christopher Nolan for filming The Odyssey on time. I think that's the only reason I can think of. In fact, let's see what the comments have to say about this. This real comments from Facebook. Facebook. No, I'm going nowhere near Facebook. The same reason I'm not going to collect many newspapers. It's a waste of time. Right. Thank you very much, Double A, for your input. Right. I said filming in New York City costs $1 million a day. It's why the budget of Spider-Man 3 was so much. Oh, really? Oh, right. Oh, right. That would explain it. Right. So filming is expensive. Right. I didn't know that. Thank you very much. So filming in Glasgow would be cheaper, and they also have fairly tall buildings. Yeah. I suppose if you want the closest city to equivalent of New York City, then Glasgow's your best bet, because even though Edinburgh is another big major city, Glasgow's the more modern kind of buildings that look like New York City. Although, with that said, if you were to film like something like a Bloodborne adaptation, Edinburgh's the go-to place. Yeah, not to mention Glasgow's got all the subways and stuff like that. So, also, wasn't there something about wasn't there something else about like and correct me if I'm wrong, the Trump tariffs and something about pricings and overseas? Once again, bringing back the longing joke. Say it with us, everybody. We've got to save money. I'm smiling. Tony J say that. We've got to save money. Sorry I didn't read that previous message there. It's just, I think there's been a hiccup with YouTube. I've noticed that happens from time to time. You try to type something in, but for some reason it doesn't appear in the comment section or the live stream. I don't know why that happens. It just happens at times. Okay, so speaking of superheroes, there's been this very peculiar trend I want to show to you guys. Sorry. Okay, stop sharing. So I'm still getting used to StreamYard. Double A says, it got blocked because I used the word shooting instead of film. And yet, YouTube didn't block that particular comment. Oh, shoot it. Ha ha ha! Cowards! Right, okay, right. Anyway. So there was this major trend I wanted to showcase. There it is. All right. So, yeah. Weird. So I wanted to show you this. So now this seems like a very strange, obscure piece of media to have it trending, because in hindsight, if you grew up watching The Incredibles, especially if you had the 2-disc edition of The Incredibles that had the bonus disc with all the extra little features like the bounded short film and the concept art, voice cast, stuff like that, as well as some hilarious short films, like one of which was a very old style cartoon of like Frozen, Mr. Incredible, and Mr. Skipperdo, and then Frozen and Mr. Incredible commenting on how ridiculous the whole thing is. Also, if you were paying attention, there were these top secret files that really beautifully added to the world building, and people saying, "Oh, The Incredibles is so dark, so dark." I mean, of course it's dark. It literally begins with a guy committing suicide. Now, this stuff about this character named Gamma Jack was already, there in the public for in the top secret files in the second disc of The Incredibles. And yet only now is this making a big trend. And people are saying, whoa, Gamma Jack is like Homelander from The Boys. And from what I understand, yeah, he is. So apparently, according to an audio file, Gamma Jack is this one person who like really, really likes to prioritize saving the ladies, but leaves everyone else to die. Some pretty gruesome, dark stuff. Oh, good grief! There's the Gamma Jack stuff. Excuse me. Kronos unveiled music is incredible. Oh yeah, that is one of the most incredible pieces of music ever. Like, I mean, there's a whole meme about the whole scene where Mr. Incredible goes to a room. Like, people with very talented editing skills use that scene of Mr. Incredible sneaking into the computer, typing in Kronos, and they used it for a whole bunch of troubling kind of stuff, but I'm not even going to bother going fully into that. So just give me a moment while I look up the. And so let's see. Just give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let's see. Just setting things up. Let's see. What I want is one. No, this one. This is the one I want. Okay, so stop that screen and then share. Da. You see. Okay, and then right. So let's listen into Gamma Jack. This is making the trend as of like more than a week ago. So basically, these are all stuff you can find on disc 2 of The Incredibles, and people have been talking about it. Anyway, Gamma Jack, this overpowered superhero that somehow lost to a lesser form of the Omnidroid. Anyway.
There's always going to be a lot of collateral damage. There's lots of villains, and there's lots of villainous deeds going on at any given time. Part of my job is to prioritize which villains I'm going to combat. So I take a look around. I see if there's any good-looking women who need to be rescued immediately, and then I sort of start from there and work my way down the list. If you've got Tubby Joe Schmo over there with a laser pointed at his head, and he might have to wait in line a little while. Yeah, I've fought my fair share of villains, and they all have their own unique challenges. They got their zombie monkeys and their giant laser robots and their super aquatic ninja pygmies. But I tell you, once in a while, the real kicker is I get these dames, man, these dame villains, and they got the curves and the hair and the big eyes, and boy, those ones, they're really, really hard to kill. Especially the ones that they come up and, and they're looking at you and you're looking at them and you feel that simpatico, like she's digging you and you're digging her, digging you. And boy, you really got to take a jog around the block real quick and, sort of get your concentration back, compose yourself, because, you can't get distracted by these sort of thoughts when you're going up against a super villain. That's one of the hard parts of the jobs, when you come across a dame who's really something to look at, and you just got to let her have it because she's a villain.
You just gotta let her have it? Boy, do you have issues!
Yeah, those are the bad days.
It's been one of those days. Those are the bad days. Those are the bad days. The bad days, to say the least. Like Alpha Jack. So yeah, basically, now this already existed, way back, like more than 11 years ago, back when The Incredibles was trending on DVD. People already had access to this kind of thing, and yet only now is this character coming back to make a trend, and people are talking all about these NSA tapes and how much they add to the world building of The Incredibles, further establishing how the film was much darker than we remember it to be, and establishing that The Incredibles didn't just appeal to children. There was a lot of stuff that was very, very appealing to older audiences. like there's a lot going on there, and people are talking about the character, and essentially just acknowledging, wow, just who is this guy? And he was basically Homelander before Homelander was even a thing. And also, he seems to have gamma powers, which makes me think: how did he lose to the to an earlier iteration of the Omnidroid? That maybe something to do with Mirage putting him off guard, perhaps, and then gets backstabbed by the Omnidroid or something like that. Ratatouille is still the best Pixar film for me. Incredibles is second. Well, they're both made by the same director, Brad Bird, so that's a telling sign that Brad Bird knows what he's doing most of the time when it comes to making top quality animated movies. I'd say the best directors that Pixar's had are Brad Bird and Pete Docter. I mean, they didn't always quite nail it, but for the most part, they've had mostly solid runs when it comes to their movies. They're the kinds of people who actually know what they're doing and actually treat animation like as actual filmmakers. So let's see. Yes. Next topic. I went to Nesscon. Well, I mean, I already addressed that. I went to the Nesscon with my friends there. I think if you've been paying attention to the videos, you'll notice that I got these comic books from this author of the K3. Let's see, the Etienne Verse comics. Yes, Etienne Verse comics. Yes, Etienne Verse comics. If I pronounced that correctly, he's been making these comics called like Beats of War, which is a very fascinating premise, like set in Scotland. And now he's come up with more stories like Tetra Squad and Hyena Man. Hyena Man, he tells me, is a mixture of Batman and Daredevil, or was it Black Panther? Well, either way, just it sounds intriguing to me. So Etienne Kabwabo teams up with the co-writer Craig Andrew Mooney. This character has been created by Etienne Kabwano, combining his love for his culture and his need to tap into stories of lost African stories. There you go. An actual skilled storyteller, and I'm very happy to support him. Let's see. Andrew Stanton. Oh, nice comic. Could you refer to my Tom and Jerry comment from earlier? Yeah, sure. I kind of did. Right. Also, sorry, who is Andrew Stanton? Where's the last time they made a good Tom and Jerry movie? I liked all the ones that came out early to mid 2000s. Well, I mean, I can't say I'm intimately familiar with the Tom and Jerry movies, other than through what Nostalgia Critic described, I will admit. So you tell me. Okay, so also along with the comics, the guy also gave me this map, which came with the comics I bought, this map for the world building. And he also gave me, this really cool, dope poster. Tetra Squad. Neato, right? All right, so... Okay, so that's all wrapped up. Right. And there was some other stuff I got. Come on. That's it. Come on. There you go. Got these custom 3D printed Lego figures. I mean, I would have got them in the set, but these ones just look really cool. Let's see. I'd love a Ratatouille themed cookbook. Imagine if they sold an actual physical copy of Gusto's Anyone Can Cook. That would be genuinely awesome, right? Okay, so this one got my attention. This specific version of the Joker. I mean, you could get Joker minifigures here and there, but this specific one, I think, has the look of the Arkham Asylum Joker from, as in the games. Although it kind of looks like Heath Ledger, but at the same time, this kind of laughing smile makes him look more like the Joker as seen in the Batman Arkham games. So it's kind of an interesting mix. I mean, yeah, I mean, looking at the costume, I think it clearly is the Joker from the Batman Arkham games, especially given the costume and the smile. But something about the way they've made his face kind of reminds me of the Heath Ledger version of the Joker, which is a really nice, edgy bonus. I've got Batman to go alongside him with this specific kind of smirk on his face. And I don't recall getting a certain figure, so I got myself Knuckles and Rouge the Bat. I know Rouge kind of looks on with the wings and stuff like that, but hey ho. Got to know I've got Knuckles with like the fists and stuff like that. And glad to support Lego stuff. Like there was a lot of Lego figures, like custom made Lego figures for Demon Slayer, One Piece, Spider-Man with like the Iron Man adjustments. There was a lot of insane, crazy stuff. It even had like Jack Nicholson from The Shining in there. I kid you not. Who's prettier, Colette or Mirage? Which would you choose to date? Choose to date. Okay, realistically, I would choose to date Colette. But then again, let's just assume like in-world kind of stuff. Like let's assume, for the sake of the question, that I didn't know that Mirage was secretly working for an arms dealer who was secretly trying to kill off all the superheroes to elevate himself. Let's say I didn't know that. I would say that I'd be intrigued by Mirage, but I would probably see Mirage more as a business partner more than someone to date. Whereas with Colette, not only is she a chef, but someone who could help me improve my personal life. So probably Colette. Probably, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Right, so how do we continue to dominate? I went to Nesscon, Gamma Jack, Spider-Man, Glasgow. Yep, that pretty much covers all the topics I wanted to cover. So now it's just a case of tidying stuff up and carrying on with the banter until I need to go. So what is this stuff? Right, so let's get this away. Right. Pardon me. All right. Who would you rather date, AA, Colette or Mirage? Who would you pick and why? I'd be curious to hear. All right, so I'm just gonna take the time to tidy up. All right. Oh, yeah, I guess I could just look into this stuff here. Former James Bond actor Pierce Brosnan was key role in the King of Kings movies. That's right. Oh yeah, there's something here that caught my attention. I think it was the Right, see, I think this one's already oh yes, scientists unearthed evidence that could confirm the resting of place in Noah's Ark. Oh yeah, that's right, yes. Earliest symbols of Chinese language echo the Bible's account of origins. Yes, that's right. That's what caught my interest with this one. You are a bit like Linguini. Yeah, I can see why you'd say that, yeah. Let's see. Pascal's wager. No opting out. People are uncomfortable with the thing. The ancient Chinese language, with its squiggly strokes, is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, written language in the world. Despite having no connection to the Middle East at the time the Bible was written, hidden within its symbols is a human origin story that has astonishing similarity with the first book of the Bible, Genesis. Genesis 2 investigates. Fascinating. Very fascinating. Nice to see someone of your age buying newspapers. Lost art among Gen Z. Well, I mean, sometimes you'll get, some, actual good quality stuff worth collecting. But other than that, like, what's the point? the news, whether it be in newspapers or what you see on the television, it's all made to make you angry, tribalized, and depressed. What's the point in focusing on that when you can focus more on, exercise, editing your videos, going out to work to help people, and just, making the world a better place? Like, I guess it's kind of a lost art for a reason. It also takes up paper, whereas paper can be used for arts and stuff like that. I'm sorry to say that, but it's the truth. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Right. So other things worth mentioning. Okay. Okay. Go to that. So I was focusing on. Yeah, expect a video of the events of Nesscon reasonably soon. It's going to take time to edit, but had to make this live stream just to catch up with all the recent news that's been going on. I suppose before I head off, I might as well confirm that, yes, I have indeed been reading Sun Tzu, The Art of War. Very insightful book on how you can get by in a very strategic fashion. In fact, let me tell you something interesting. It says here in the category of strategic offensive, ultimate excellence lies not in winning every battle, but in defeating the enemy without ever fighting. The highest form of warfare is to attack strategy itself. Now, isn't that fascinating? Sometimes the best way to win is to strategize and to outwit and to live the better example. You'd be amazed at how that just works. You'd honestly be amazed. So there's some wisdom passed down from person to person. What else is there to mention? Oh yeah. I heard that the PlayStation 6 is got a rough estimate release date for somewhere between 2027 to 2028. Something else has come to my mind, but I've lost track of it. What was it? There was something else in my head, but I've lost track. Oh yeah. I went to see the new Naked Gun movie, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I can understand why people might not warm up so easily to the new Naked Gun movie. But at the end of the day, the Naked Gun movies are not really meant to be taken seriously. You're going in there to laugh, and laugh it made me do. So it's accomplished that goal. All right. So yeah, I think that's all I need to say. I will say, might as well comment a wee bit about the state of the channel. All right. Someone's just recently commented, nice one, the Guardians Last Stand. Sweet. I noticed that K-pop Demon Hunters is still making the trend. I noticed a child with an iPad, not that I don't, for some reason, wasn't really wearing headphones or anything like that, but I noticed playing on it was K-pop Demon Hunters. And at the Nesscon I went to yesterday, there were some people. I knew K-pop Demon Hunters was going to show up in some fashion, but I saw it in a lot of merchandising and cups and stuff like that, and artworks and stuff like that. I noticed some people cosplaying as people with like the demon marks. Kind of disappointed that I didn't see more people attempt to dress up as like Rumi, Zoe, and the other characters of that caliber. But hey, at least we got Demon Slayers, so. That's good enough. And at least we got Gandalf as a duck, and Gandalf innovated. You got your angelic representation there too. All right. I've been hearing that Fantastic Four is surprisingly good. I've yet to see it for myself. But yeah, I think that's all I've got time to discuss for today. So thank you all so much for taking the time to come along and just to hang out with me. Might as well do the shout outs. Don't forget to check out Malika Writes on the Inklet app. Or no, it's Inklet? No, it's Inkit. Inkit. I'm thinking of the Inklings with Tolkien and Lewis. No, Inkit. Inkit. That's the name of it. I'll type out the name of it. Inkit. Yeah. So Malika Writes' current publishings you can find for free on the Inkit app. So feel free to comment on her works and give her the love and appreciation. I still have a Just Giving page, and we're beginning to run out of time for funding for my next marathon run. So might as well provide the link for the Just Giving page. Give me a moment to go and find it. Okay, where is it? Come on, where is that? Yeah, nope, not that one. There it is. All right. Obviously, fundraising is going to go skyrocketing near the day, but that time's beginning to run out. So, yep. Do feel free to donate for the run, please. I would very much appreciate you donating for the My Name's Dotty Foundation. And what else has been happening? Brooks's Patreon ambition is still ongoing. So if you'd like to donate to that, feel free to. It's a story about this very cruel alternative timeline if Rome took over the galaxy and all the corruption that comes up from therein. We're all continuing to learn, all continuing to grow, and all continuing to help each other out. And believe me, the harvest is going to be absolutely plentiful. It's going to be a plentiful harvest. And you'll see the fruits of our labor and what it's all paying off for. And you'll see that other alternatives just simply don't work. There is no point in further tribalization. There is no point in self-indulgence. If what you're doing is a means to an end for depravity or self-indulgence or catastrophizing, what's the point? It's not constructive for anybody. You're better off improving yourself and improving the lives of those around you and opening up to the lives around you. Because I know of people who have been too burnt out from people giving into their emotional sides. So they close their hearts off, but in closing their hearts off, they become more perfectionistic and more self-righteous. But relationship heals. It really does. It helps you focus on other people, and it helps you improve yourself. It helps you to get out of the hellhole of your mind. Focus on relationship, and it's gonna really improve your life. Go read Kierkegaard. All right, that's all I've got time for. Thank you all so much for watching. Share the channel with friends and family. Let's continue to spread this, continue the love, continue the growth. And I'll see you next time. Scott Thinker signing out.